Hey guys, welcome back. Recently I went to Panda Fest, which is one of the biggest outdoor Asian food festivals in the United States. I wanted to film this voiceover when I got home that day, but I was way too tired, so I'm filming this later. This isn't really a food review, I just want to talk about my experience, and it's just kind of an excuse for me to talk into my microphone because I find that I actually love doing that, so here we are. Going to Panda Fest reminded me a lot of the markets that I went to when I took my trips to Thailand. It was very similar to the street foods there, just more panda themed. But also the food at Panda Fest costed more, a lot more. The food was a bit pricey, but I went with 5 people, including me. Going with a lot of people was a good idea, because even though the food was a bit pricey, we all shared, so it was very justifiable. Anyways, it was super busy. There were so many people. I was a bit overwhelmed, but I actually managed to film some footage, and I got to eat what I wanted to eat. My whole group was also very patient with me and supportive while I was filming and trying to get shots for this, so that was probably why I didn't feel overwhelmed as much, and I had the confidence to take time with my shots, so I think I got some pretty good footage. I've never actually filmed my outings like this. I used to try when I was younger, but now I'm actually doing it, so my younger self would be proud. This year, I've been trying a lot of new things and doing things that I've never done before, but have things that I've always wanted to do. Not all that I've done, not all that I've tried has worked out how I wanted it to. I feel like I've failed a lot this year, a lot more than I've ever failed before. But I try not to think of it as failing, because at least I tried. I think that if you've at least tried, you haven't truly failed. I think failing is when you quit before you even try, but when you've tried, but the results weren't what you expected or wanted, at least you tried, and you probably will have gained some new information from that experience that you can use some other time in the future. When I try something new, especially when it's something that I know I want to do or have been wanting to do for a long time, or even something that I don't want to do, I'm so uncomfortable at first. And I know that's normal because you're new at it and you're still in the learning and figuring out stage. But when I try something new, I'm always thinking, I can't wait until I get comfortable with this experience and process. It's so uncomfortable at first, and you mess up and you have to calm yourself down and find a way to fix your mistake, or a way to do a certain task better. I was so uncomfortable and kept second-guessing myself, but when I kept going with it, and once I got to the point where it's been a long time since when I first started, I look back and I think, wow, I am so glad I'm so good and comfortable with this now. I don't even know when I got comfortable with it. It just gradually happened over time. So I've learned that even though it might be something that makes you so uncomfortable at first, but you also know that it's something you have to do or want to do, you have to prove yourself wrong to that thought that you can't do it, or it's too uncomfortable or embarrassing for me, there's no way I can do it. You have to find that courage within yourself, and you learn that you have to put yourself into uncomfortable scenarios to become comfortable. But I also find that not everything I've pushed myself to do became easier as I kept doing it. Some tasks are still uncomfortable to do, but I also remember that I've already put myself in this scenario before, and I worked through it before, so why can't I do it again? I ask myself that, and usually it's just an excuse, or sometimes I don't even have an answer for myself. Because I'm scared or just overthinking the worst, most possible reason things could go wrong. And they're things that most likely wouldn't happen. And I realized that nothing was stopping me from doing the things I wanted to do, or even the things I have to do but don't want to do. Nothing was stopping me but myself. One psychology thing that I've heard, I'm not a psychologist, but one psychology thing that I've learned or picked up is that your brain likes to be correct. It likes to be right. It feels good to be right, even if you prove it right for the wrong reasons. Like if you think you can't do a certain task, and then you do it, and then you do fail, or you really can't do it for some reason. It's not that you can't do it, you just didn't do it that time, or something went wrong that time, but that does not mean you can't do it. Nothing is impossible. Truly. And if you have that block in your mind, then it will stop you, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. It's not impossible. To summarize, or what I'm trying to say is, try to get better at proving your brain wrong. Proving yourself wrong. Proving yourself wrong for the right reasons. If you think you can't do something, then try it. Try your best and prove your brain wrong. Prove yourself wrong to the fact that you can do it and that you are much more capable than you think. It actually becomes kind of addicting and very fulfilling once you start doing this more often by proving yourself wrong. And you become more and more confident with yourself and learn that you are capable, you are much more capable than you think. So yeah, I've been failing a lot this year just because I've been trying so many new things. Even though not all of it has worked out how I wanted it to, I've been enjoying the process. I can honestly say that. I feel proud of myself that at least I've been doing new things and trying. So nothing has stopped me yet, but let's see how long that lasts. I hope you stick around and see what else I try and maybe fail at. When I talk to like my friends or people I care about, all I want for you, all I want for them is to be happy, okay? Be happy. Be happy with yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. I'm taking this from my friend, but comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself. You're amazing. Focus on yourself. It's okay. Shifting topics now. I have another trip coming up this month actually, and depending on when I upload this, I might have already went on it. It's somewhere I've never been before, so I'm very excited. And I want to also film that trip, so I hope it'll turn out better than this one. I didn't really have an idea of how I wanted the Panda Fest videos to turn out, but for my next trip I kind of have an idea on what kind of style I want to film in, if that makes sense. So we'll just have to see how Future NC pulls that off. I'm very excited. I said this a while ago, but I have a harder time expressing myself and putting myself out there more than not, so when I was filming at Panda Fest, I kept telling myself that no one cares as much as I do. Or no one is worrying as much as I am while I was filming. So if I want to film this shot, I'm going to film it. Every time I'm out in the wild and I take pictures, I always think, I try to keep in mind that if I want to film this shot, I'm going to film it. As long as I'm not being like a nuisance or blocking traffic or something like that, no one cares, and I'll never see them again, so just take the shot. And I did get most of the shots that I wanted at Panda Fest. There was also live music that you can hear in some of the footage. I don't know if I'll even include the sound from the footage, but they were singing mostly Japanese music, and it was a live band, and they were really good. It was cool. Even from afar, they sounded really good. I could see them from a distance and I wanted to get closer and film, but I was too shy. I still have to get better at that. I know it's silly, but I guess I should talk a little bit about the food since this was a food festival. So yes, I like food. I'm a bit of a foodie. But I think I'm just like that because most of the people I'm close with are foodies. I love desserts, but I don't actually eat desserts like these super often, unless it's for special reasons, or like if I'm on vacation somewhere, or at some food festival. Well, you can't finish a meal without dessert after. There's always room for dessert. But I try to limit myself for health reasons. I would say I do have a pretty reliable palate, so I trust my own judgment on most foods. I want to say my least favorite food from Panda Fest first. I want to say my least favorite first because we like to end on a positive note. My least favorite was the Dubai chocolate-covered strawberries. They looked really nice, and I was expecting a lot. Well, yeah, I guess. But I don't know if my taste buds were messed up because I was eating a lot of sweets already, or what, but I couldn't taste the chocolate at all, sadly. All I could taste were the strawberries, so it was disappointing. Moving on to my favorites, it's actually hard to choose a number one top favorite because the good ones were really good. But my favorites were the strawberry croissant, the ube mochi donut, and the green tea souffle thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. Not only did they look good, but all these three tasted so good. Strawberry is the go-to flavor that I usually go for. So with the ube mochi donut, I love mochi donuts. I usually go for strawberry, but when we were gonna get it, the people working said that it's no good to sell anymore, probably because it was out in the sun all morning, all noon. So I had to get the ube flavor. And I've never had ube before. I thought it was just taro, but maybe it is? I don't know. It was very similar, but I'm so glad I got the ube because it was so good. The ube frosting on top was so good, very ube, even though I've never had ube. There's a word that I like to use to describe certain things about food in Thai, but I think the best translation I have for the word is aroma. The word in Thai means smell, but that doesn't sound right. And I think the closest translation is aroma. The aroma of the ube with a hint of vanilla or coconut went really well together. I had it the day after. I kept it in the fridge, and I microwaved it for just like 10 seconds, but it was so good. I got my friend the chocolate mochi donut because she likes anything chocolate, so that also looked really good, but I'm glad I went with the ube. And the marshmallow panda on top, it's a marshmallow. It's very cute, but it was a little too sweet. And at first I thought it was a gummy, but then I found out that it was a marshmallow. And then the strawberry croissant was also very, very good. It was so big, so it took me like 3 days to eat it. But that is, yes. You can almost never go wrong with strawberry. And then the green tea souffle thing, I'll probably put a picture for the video, but it was the first dessert I had there. It was so fluffy. And the green tea flavor was not too sweet. It was just right. That's all I have to say about it. Really. It wasn't too sweet, and it was not soft, but not too soft. And the cream and souffle went really well together. The gummy was big, so I tried to cut it, and the most obvious spot to cut was the neck. So I was trying to cut it, but the plastic fork wasn't very efficient. So my mom tried to help me cut it, and it was so violent looking. The poor duck was just getting its neck cut, but it wouldn't cut. The poor thing. It was such a violent display, but I kind of wish I filmed that. Haha. Dark urge. So I just ended up biting it off, but the gummy was good though. I love gummies, so it wasn't really surprising. It was a bit chewy, but maybe that should have been obvious since it wouldn't cut with the fork. 2 forks. I'm just gonna end my rambling about food here, because we tried a lot, but I don't want to talk about all of them. But I hope you guys get to go to a food festival like this one day. They were also selling merch, like panda merch. They sold some stuffed animal pandas, and I really wanted a stuffed animal panda, and the ones they had were really cute, but I didn't click with any of them, you know? So I didn't get one. But besides cute pandas, there were also a lot of cute dogs there. I was kind of surprised that they were letting animals into a food festival. But apparently that was okay, which is good because I got to see some cute doggies. I took videos of some of them, so I'll probably put them here. Okay, now I'm done rambling. I think I'm just talking about... I think I could just go on and on, but I'm gonna stop myself here. Thank you for watching my first excursion out into the real world. I hope you enjoyed and look forward to my next adventure. I hope you're excited for whatever I do next, or wherever I go next. And even though it was my first time filming, like actually filming in public, and I feel like I could have done a lot better, like I said earlier, prove yourself wrong. So if there's something new you want to do or want to try it. Do it. And even if the results end out how you didn't want it to or didn't expect, that's okay, because at least you tried. And I'm not saying that out of pity, because most people don't try. So the effort to get up and try is already half the battle. And like with Panda Fest, I had no idea how I wanted the video to turn out. I didn't really have any... Well, I had just a very messy idea on how I wanted it to turn out, but nothing concrete. But I worked with the footage I have, and this is how it turned out. I actually, when I'm filming this voiceover, I haven't even edited it, so we'll see how I make it. But now I learned for my next excursion, I have more of an idea of how I want to film it. I know things that I liked while I filmed at Panda Fest, and I know the things I wish I did differently or filmed more of. So even though filming at Panda Fest didn't go as well as I wanted it, the next one will hopefully be better because I learned from my experience from that. And I hope you do learn and practice to prove yourself wrong. Keep doing it, and trust me, from my experience at least, it gets pretty fun to prove yourself wrong for the right reasons. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Good luck, and I hope to see you again soon. Later. Bye bye.